where legends are made. Spud Kings on the ice, ready to invade. The Grim Reaper breaks free, impossible to tame. The wall defends, shutting down the game. Edwards and Schmidt, a true tag team. Breaking through the lines, they play supreme. The Spud Kingdom rises, loyal and proud. Idaho Falls rocking, we're bringing the crowd. Spud Kings, we own this night. The kingdom roars like fire, we ignite. Coming for the cup, we bring the fight. Spud
Welcome,
Kingdom,
my
we
peeps,
rise,
to
unite.
another episode of the Spud Kingdom podcast. I'm your host, as always, Woody. I know last week I didn't have an episode out, but we didn't have any games, so I figured what's there really to talk about this week if I did something last week. So I figured I'm going to do the recap from a couple weeks ago this week, and then we'll keep on rolling with the season. They had a bye week last week, so I guess I had one too. We are going to do some trivia, as always. I got the weekend recap ahead, 3 stars of the week, the standings as current, and the preview of this week's games starting tonight against Grand Junction. Both will be in Grand Junction. We'll get to that later. So to start off everything, we're going to kick it off with some trivia. My trivia question of the day, of the week, is which player led the NHL in goals scored last season? So think about that for a minute. Look it up if you want to. Take a guess. I will give you the answers at the end, and we'll get to it. So, weekend recap. Technically, this was a recap from 2 weeks ago, as I mentioned. The Spud Kings were off last week, and I was sick. So here we are. And like I said, if I would have did this last week, what will you talk about this week besides the week preview? So game 1 was Wednesday, September 24th, 2025 at the MAC versus the Casper Warbirds. Spud Kings would come out hot and heavy in the first period. Casper only had 2 shots on goal. Spud Kings had 16. It would not take long for the Spud Kings to score. At 26 seconds, Bookie the Stash Warshaw gets his second of the year, and he was assisted by Owen Byer, his first, and Charlie Grant for his third of the year. It would only take a few minutes for the Spud Kings to score again, and at 5 minutes, 59 seconds, Braden Cunningham would get his second of the year. And he was assisted on the play by Leo the Man Tenuto for his third, and William Strickland his first assist of the year. Almost 3 minutes would pass by, and at 8 minutes, 47 seconds, Sammy the Grim Reaper Grimaldi gets his first of the season. He was assisted on the play by Andrew Schmidt, his third, and Will O'Donovan for his second. Grim Reaper wouldn't take long. He would strike again. Almost 9 minutes later, though, at 17 minutes, 21 seconds for his second of the year. And he was assisted once again by Andrew Schmidt for his fourth, and DJ the Beast McLeish for his third on the year. Period would end 4-0 Spud Kings. Looking good so far. Second period, this period would be a Casper period. Casper had 9 shots on goal. Spud Kings had 8. The only goal in the period would come later at 16 minutes, 25 seconds by the Warbirds' Devin Schaefer. I'm not exactly sure how many. I didn't look up their stats. So the way that the USPHL on their website has it set up, when they score a goal or even get an assist, it kind of calculates the overall points and not necessarily the goal total or the assist total. So for our team, I went and looked up our stuff and got all this stuff. But for their teams, I'll just tell you who scored. The period would end 4-1 Spud Kings. Third period, mainly a defensive battle in this period. The Warbirds had 11 shots on goal. Spud Kings had 8. No one would score in this period, though, as this one would belong to Alex the Saber-Tooth Sabev. He would not let anything pass him and almost posted the shutout if it wasn't for that lucky goal in the second. The game and the period would end 4-1 Spud Kings win. There's a big bounce back game for Alex. His game before that was not so well, only allowing the 1 goal, and that 1 goal was it was just one of those ones that got through, but posted a great game overall. I feel like he was getting his rhythm and getting back into it. So Alex Sabev, the saber tooth, is what I decided to start calling him because he's kind of like the saber tooth tiger, man. He's got cat-like reflexes, and he's a wall. He's strong. He's durable. So I'm going with the saber tooth for him. Game two. Game two would be Friday, September 26, 2025 at the MAC versus the beloved Ogden Mustangs. First period was a shot battle and would be close. Mustangs had six shots on goal, and the Spud Kings only had 7. Excuse me. Getting over that cold, so I'm coughing a lot. Pardon me for that. The only goal came at 4 minutes and 55 seconds by Andrew Schmidt. He got a second on the year, and he was assisted by the Grim Reaper, Sammy Grimaldi, for his second, and DJ the Beast McLeish for his fourth. The period would end 1-0 Spud Kings. The second period, I don't know if you guys remember watching this game, if you were there or if you watched it on TV, but there was a lot of physicality in this game. As to be expected with Ogden, they are the most penalized team in the league as far as penalty minutes. I think they were up there last year, same thing. And when they play us, we always know it's going to be a battle. That's our hated rival right there. So second period, the Spud Kings would outshoot the Mustangs, but both teams would get a goal in the period. The first goal came at 12 minutes, 55 seconds by Leo the Man Tenuto. He gets his first on the year, and he was assisted by Andrew Schmidt for his fifth, and Sammy Grimaldi for his third. The Mustangs would answer back at 17 minutes, 26 seconds. Liam Wall would score for Ogden. This period would end 2-1 Spud Kings. So we got a little bit of lead going into the third. Third period, the Spud Kings would outshoot the Mustangs in this one, but the Mustangs would be the ones who would take advantage of their shots. So the Mustangs had 7 shots on goal. Spud Kings had 13, almost doubled them up. But the one goal in the period came at 7 minutes, 52 seconds, and courtesy of Mustangs Billy Jacobson Couch. It would even up the game at that point. Nothing else would happen for the rest of the period. And the period in regulation would end 2-2, all tied up. Overtime. Not much action there. Ogden only got up 2 shots on goal, and the Spud Kings only got up 3. So no goals would be scored, and we would end up in a shootout. Ogden would miss their first shot, and the Spud Kings would make theirs. So it would be 1-0 Spud Kings on the shootout after the first skater. And then the next, Ogden, they made their shot, and then we followed up with Charlie Grant. He missed his shot, so it would be 1-1 after 2 skaters. So it would come down to the third skater. So the shootouts are usually best of 3 unless we cannot get a winner after 3, then it continues. So Ogden would miss their third shot, and it would come down to DJ the Beast McLeish. I made a highlight, so I will just let Scott Bradford take it away and this highlight from here. So here's that for you.
DJ McLeish. Crowd on their feet. Wanting to see the winner. McLeish coming up the left side. Goes, scores! And the Spud Kings win, and the official.
So I hope you liked that highlight video there of DJ getting the game winner. Spud Kings win 3-2 after the shootout, getting the win there. And it was much amazing game and much needed win and momentum change for the team. We struggled the week before losing that one game, and it was kind of a big loss. They put up a lot of goals against us, so we needed that. We needed the first game where it was kind of a blowout 4-1, and this second game came down to a shootout, overtime, and the whole deal. We needed all of that and get a little bit of momentum going in our favor. It was much needed. So with that, we'll go to my 3 stars of the week. My 3rd star was DJ the Beast McLeish. He had 2 assists on the week and the big shootout goal to win the game against Ogden. Now, the goal and the shootouts don't count for their overall goal status, so they only got the 2 points on the weekend with the 2 assists. So that's what he made him my 3rd star. Plus, these other 2 cats, they just tore it up on the weekend, so I couldn't help but put them above him. My 2nd star of the week was Andrew Schmidt. He had 1 goal, 3 assists on the week, 4 total points, and a big reason why the Spud Kings won. He's always out there setting up his teammates and getting in the right position to make a score himself. So everything he does is awesome, and it contributes in a big way to the team, and we're glad to have him back. Keep doing you, Schmitty. We're glad to have you. That's my 2nd star of the week. And my 1st star of the week, Sammy the Grim Reaper Grimaldi. He had 2 goals and 2 assists on the week. He had 4 total points. It was hard to choose between him and Schmidt on who would be number 1 and number 2. The only reason why I edged it out is because he got the 2 goals. Schmidt did assist on both of those goals, so it was really hard to decide between the 2. But 3rd star, DJ McLeish. 2nd star, Andrew Schmidt. 1st star, Sammy the Grim Reaper Grimaldi. Let's go with some standings now. We got some standings for our team overall. We're going to go with the points. Andrew Schmidt has 7, and DJ is 2nd with 6. Assists, Andrew Schmidt has 5, and DJ is 2nd with 4. Goals, there is a 5-way tie between, with 2 of them. So 5-way tie with 2 goals between Schmidt, DJ, Sammy Grimaldi, Bookie Warshaw, and Braden Cunningham. So everybody's pitching in. It's equally shared this year. Glad to see that's going down. We can't wait to see what happens tonight and tomorrow against the Riverhawks. Ogden is still leading the Mountain Division with 7 wins and 1 loss, and that 1 loss being in overtime, and so they have 15 points overall. Grand Junction Riverhawks are 2nd with a 4-5 record, and the 1 loss, one of those losses being in overtime as well, so they have 9 points overall. The Pueblo Bulls are 3rd with 4 wins and 1 loss, also in overtime, that loss, and so they have 9 points as well, so they're tied for 2nd. And then 4th place, our beloved Spud Kings are currently sitting in 4th place with a 4 wins and 1 loss for only 8 points total. We haven't played as many games as some of these teams, so maybe we'll catch up with that and get back up into the points grouping pretty soon. We've only lost 1 game, so you can't really complain too much there. Most of the time, this would be a good enough record for 1st place. But Ogden has played 8 games already, and they've won almost all of them, and their 1 loss was in overtime, so they got a point for that too. So we got to catch them. Hopefully we can start on that. We're playing Grand Junction this weekend, and we can maybe catapult them and go over them and get into that 2nd place at least. Let's get to the trivia answer. After all of that, let's get to the trivia answer. If you don't remember, the question was, which player led the NHL in goals last season? And the answer is Leon Draisaitl of the Edmonton Oilers with 52 goals. So pat yourself on the back if you got that one. High five a neighbor. Whatever you got to do. I hope you got it right. We'll keep doing trivia this way until I get some feedback from somebody saying they want to do it another way. So the weekend preview. We got 2 big games this weekend starting tonight, October 10th. Both against Grand Junction Riverhawks in Grand Junction. You can watch these games on Black Bear TV. I know it sucks because it's very expensive, but hey, we got to do what we got to do. I don't know if any of our sponsors are doing watch parties this year because Black Bear is a little bit more spendy, but you can go check it out and see if they can get the games on for you. Game 2 on the weekend is Saturday, tomorrow night, October 11th, also against Grand Junction, in Grand Junction. Tune in and cheer on the Spud Kings as they try to defend the Deneen Cup. It's coming here to Idaho Falls this year, the tournament, so what better way to defend it but in our own building. So let's get out there and support our boys. I know if you guys can't make it to Grand Junction tonight and tomorrow, try to get out there and watch them on TV and support them on Black Bear TV. So I will see you next week, next game time, same game channel. So for everybody, thank you for tuning in. And as always, go Spud Kingdom!
Rivals crumble as the anthem plays. The beast off the leash, setting the stage ablaze. Edwards with the setup, Schmidt with the strikes. Spud Kings on the rig, rewriting the hype.